Hey, what's up guys? Tony here, and welcome to the first game of Madden 13. This is Scott McLean's career. This is the first official game of the season. This is the Dolphins versus the Houston Texans. And I'll be honest, like you guys, I'm really excited to get this season started and get talking football, because it's been a long off season, I know, and there's been a lot of things been going on, and I'm going to address some of those things as we go. The first thing I want to talk about, though, is the career mode real quick again. And what I noticed, and maybe some of you have noticed this as well, but the practice mode is friggin' hard. Now, it might be because I like to choose the harder practice goals. Usually the ones that, obviously that'll give you the most points, but the thing is, the practice mode feels really hard by comparison to the game. And this is what I mean, because in practice I'll throw, I don't know, a couple of picks per practice. It's kind of insane. And then come game time, I just completely destroyed the Texans defense. I mean, it wasn't even close. It was ridiculous how bad I blew these guys out. I won't spoil the final score for you, but I had to cut this up because usually I like to play sports games on rookie because I just want to go in, I want to have a good time, I want to be a superstar. I don't really want to have to totally fight for it and get frustrated, because for me, sports games being a single player, I like to have fun. But for Madden, I like to play on at least Pro for career modes, just to give myself a little bit of a challenge. But I'm thinking I'm going to have to move up my difficulty because of the outcome of this game. You're going to see the outcome, and it's ridiculous. And here's the other thing, is because I thought it was going to be so hard, because when I played the demo and going through practice mode, I was just like, holy crap, this game is really hard. I'm throwing 2 picks per practice. I'm having a hard time moving the ball around the field. I'm going to play on the 15-minute quarters, and that's what this game is. Obviously, it's 15. It's a full game, and it took me like an hour to play it, thereabouts, and I had to condense an hour into 10 minutes of highlights, if that, or good drives, I should say. There were actually a lot of good drives, and I had a hard time going through and picking and choosing which ones I actually wanted to use. But the point is, though, I actually switched it back to 7 or 8 minute quarters because I just completely dominated this team. And I'm pretty sure not all the teams are going to be as bad as the Texans, but I don't really want to go through and edit, an hour's worth of gameplay for a 10-minute video. So I'm just going to go ahead and make the 10-minute, the 15-minute video and cut that down a little bit. So anyways, as you can see, I'm getting off to a good start here. Nice first drive of the game, get a touchdown pass. It's going well. And we'll continue on with that. But what I want to talk about, I'm going to get to my predictions for this week in a little bit. But what I want to talk about also right now is I want to thank everyone who told me in the last Madden video about the connected careers as a franchise mode. What I didn't know is that even though the connected careers is the franchise mode, the problem is you can't use custom rosters. So I spent like an hour creating myself. I created Scott McLean. I created my younger brother, who used to be a defensive end. I created my older brother, who usually puts himself in as a quarterback. And I was going to create my buddy Ryan Dewitz. And I didn't get around to it because I wanted to see, get started. I was really excited. Like I said, I spent about an hour doing this, creating characters, putting them on teams and balancing the rosters. It can be kind of a bitch. So I did that. And then I went in to start a connected career. Because, also, besides you guys seeing, when you put in the disc, it's like, are you looking for franchise mode on the, on the front side? Because I imagine enough people have complained about the fact that they can't find, quote, franchise mode. Well, when you do that, and you find the franchise mode in connected careers, you can't use custom roster. So all the roster customization that you're using, you can only use it in the single games, like the Play Now games, which I think's bullshit. Like, what the hell's the point? I mean, yes, I like the idea of playing with the current rosters, the connected careers rosters that you can download. But I really just want to have that experience where I want to be able to create, all my friends or myself or something and put it on there yet still retain full control of the team. So I'm not really sure what they're going after with this whole, like, let's create a coach, let's create these careers. Yeah, I don't know, and it's going to be lost on me because for me, sports games are games that I don't play online, and that's the way that Madden seems to be going, more and more to this online gameplay as opposed to a traditional single player. Here's the game, let's go have some fun, and that's it. They're trying to make this new experience, I guess. And I guess I don't want to sound like that old guy, like, get off my lawn. But I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? You know, about the I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions in this commentary, so you better start taking notes right now. But what do you guys think about the connected careers aspect? Now that we've had enough time to play it, you know, and try to play it, you know. The other thing I want to talk about is the actually, you know what I'll do? I'm gonna save this last bit for the end. I want to get to my predictions for this week. Now, last year I actually had a pretty good record going. Up until I went to Europe, I had a really good record going, and I'm hoping to repeat. I'd like to repeat my success predicting these games week in and week out. I mean, I had a lot of really good weeks, and then I had a couple weeks where I just totally shit all over myself, and it was it was bad. But overall, I did really well. And I was quite proud of myself. It was incentive for me to, you know, to watch SportsCenter, to pay attention to the trades, pay attention to the rumors, because I don't play fantasies. I don't really like fantasy sports. It's just not my thing. So, anyways, this is another complaint I have about Madden, is like the receivers are stupid. Like the defensive backs are actually smart. They'll go and they'll go after the ball. The receivers are very dumb. Like they need to either, like using a first-person shooter term, they either need to nerf the intelligence of the defensive backs, or they need to buff the receiver intelligence, because some of those guys don't fight for the ball. I mean, if it's going to be a clear pick, they just kind of keep running the routes. You know, they don't make adjustments like you see in real life, and I don't think it's ever going to be able to happen just because of the nature of, you know, computers and AI and stuff like that. But it's annoying to see the defensive backs making plays on balls that your receivers are kind of like, meh, you know, I'll just keep running my route. I'm not going to change up. I'm not going to think freely about where I can go to help my quarterback out. So, anyways, moving on. On Wednesday, we had Dallas in New York. And I picked Dallas, and well, much to the lament of some people, Dallas won, and I was really excited. I really don't like Eli Manning. We already know that, and I'm not going to go into it. But I like it when I see the Giants lose. So Dallas, I picked Dallas over the Giants, so I got one win under my belt, 1-0 so far. So that's nice. So we got next Indianapolis and Chicago. I'm going to pick Chicago. Although I'm really interested to see what Andrew Luck is going to do. But you got an established team, especially with an established quarterback with Cutler. I'm going to pick Chicago. Philadelphia and Cleveland, I think that's kind of a no-brainer, to be honest. Cleveland is still not that good of a team. I'm picking Philadelphia, the Eagles over the Browns. You got St. Louis and Detroit. I'm picking the Lions. St. Louis is another team. They have young talent, but I think almost said the Tigers. The Lions, I think, have more young talent than the Rams do. So Miami and Houston, the game you're watching right now, in real life, I'm going to pick the Texans. The Texans are surprisingly a good football team. You know, last year they actually played really, really well. Atlanta, Kansas City. This was a tough game for me because, guys, I know that Castle's back, but I know that I believe Matt Ryan, he's a good established quarterback, and the Falcons are a good team. Due to the fact that the Chiefs didn't play as well last season, I'm going to pick the Falcons over the Chiefs. Jacksonville and Minnesota, I'm going to pick the Jaguars. That's really a pick your poison of two not good teams. So I'm thinking that Jacksonville maybe will take that one. We got Washington, the Redskins, and the Saints. That's kind of a no-brainer. You've got the Saints with Drew Brees and going up against RG3, you know, probably starting in his first game on tomorrow. or today if you're watching it, as I'm recording this Saturday. Buffalo and the Jets, the New Jersey Jets, I like to call them. That's another one of those that's a toss-up for me. I'm picking Buffalo because of the way that Buffalo came out last season. They played really well. The Jets didn't win a single preseason game, and they had they've got Tebow. They've got oh my gosh, what's this? Oh God, I'm blanking on his name right now. I can totally picture the quarterback. Yeah. Anyways, who cares? Okay, so the Jets got their quarterback situation not well in hand. It's kind of a question mark as to what sort of scheme that Rex Ryan's going to be playing out there in New York. So I'm going to pick Buffalo. New England and Tennessee, kind of a no-brainer. We're going with the Patriots, the patch. And, why not? It's Tom Brady. He's like a model. Seattle and Arizona, that's another toss-up of two crappy teams. I actually haven't even picked, so I'm going to pick right here as I'm doing this commentary. I'm going to say Arizona. San Francisco and Green Bay, that's a good game. That's going to be a great game to watch. I think that'll be the game of – everyone's going to be paying attention to the Broncos game, but I think Green Bay and San Francisco is going to be the game of Sunday. I'm going to pick Green Bay to win, but I think it's going to be a really close game. Carolina and Tampa Bay, Carolina. Pittsburgh, Denver, that's going to be the game everyone's going to be paying attention to. I'm picking Pittsburgh. I know a lot of people are going to think, okay, well, it's Peyton Manning. The Broncos got a great defense. With Peyton Manning, they might have something there. That's going to be another really tightly contested game. But I think with the fact that he's just coming back, this is his first game back, I think I am going to give it to the Steelers. Cincinnati and Baltimore. Baltimore easy. San Diego and Oakland. San Diego. Superchargers over the Raiders all day, every day. I don't care if the best team in football, I'm never going to pick the Raiders to beat my Chargers. So anyways, guys, I didn't get a chance to even talk about this stuff. I guess I'll talk about this last bit where you can see the XP and stuff, because you don't get points, you get XP, and I don't really like the leveling up system in this game now. It's just not I don't like it. So what do you guys think of players to watch this year? You've got Andrew Luck, you've got RG3, you've got Peyton Manning, and then I put Phillip Rivers on that because of the fact that he had a subpar season last year. I think he was like 24 touchdowns and 20 interceptions. It was a record high interceptions for him, and it was just terrible, even though we got off to a good 5-0 start. But his performance in the preseason is that evidence of a pattern? I hope not. So we'll have to see on Monday. But I'm curious to know what you guys think about some of these players that are that we need to start watching, like Andrew Luck, RG3, and Peyton Manning. So anyways, guys, I'm running over. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Go Chargers! And those games I mentioned, the Packers and the Broncos game. Those two games, I guess, San Francisco and Green Bay, and Pittsburgh and Denver, those are going to be the two games to watch. But I think, like I said, I think Green Bay and San Francisco is going to be better of the two games. But you know what? Hey, we'll see by the end of tomorrow. So anyways, guys, good luck to your football teams, and let's get this season started.